joined from Cairo by the consultant at Egypt's Command and Staff College, Major General Osama Mahmoud Kabeer. Welcome to Qnews, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us in this very special segment. What does the Pakistani Army Chief's praise signal about Egypt-Pakistan alignment, and how can that translate into joint diplomacy at the United Nations and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation?
Good evening, first. So let's talk about the Pakistani-Egyptian diplomatic relations. It's pretty much strong since more than 50 years. However, in the last couple of years and after that scourge that Gaza Strip led by the brutal war waged by the Israeli army. If you can see that we here in Egypt held that summit on March 2025. This summit actually was about how to reconstruct Gaza and stop the ending war, as well as the fast or the quick healing. This summit actually then also transformed it to the Organization of Islamic Countries, where Pakistan lies there. So after that, we can see that Pakistan also had took place within the 7 countries in the New York activities with Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. And of course, that will all like to be conducted in a great coordination and cooperation in between the Egyptian authorities here. And so what's happening now is that when we find that Mr. Field Marshal Asad is visiting Egypt within a delegation of the big VIP members of the Pakistani Armed Forces, and as well as the ambassador here in Cairo, that's a new trend now. That's sort of evolving the relations in between Pakistan and Egypt, specifically after what happened something like a couple of months ago, when the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia actually had signed that agreement to form an alliance with the Pakistan, with the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. So now that's a new change, new trend. Actually, it's pretty much favorable now. It's well needed in the meantime due to the consequences took place after the war in Gaza Strip. So they are praising the Egyptian role play that took actually 2 axes that Egypt played, a diplomatic and political role within the last couple of years to solve this complicated problem took place between the counterparts, Palestinians and Israelis, as well as they are praising the Egyptian humanitarian aids to the Gaza Strip, which always had a scale of more than 18% now from all have been provided by the whole war to the Gaza Strip, and that was proved and authenticated in the United Nations papers.
Most important, sir, that you see that the relations between Egypt and Pakistan are solid and of good relation. And if the Palestine Liberation Organization, sir, is affirmed as the grantor of national legitimacy, how should roles be divided between the PLO, the Palestinian government, and the temporary technocrat team to avoid rival power centers, sir?
Yes. You know what? When we could get that agreement in between Hamas and Fatah in September 2024, what to be so-called the cooperative, supportive technocrat committee, it was supposed to be consisting of 15 members that would belong to the Palestinian Liberation Organization or to the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank. However, what's new now? What happened yesterday after all the factions, the political factions of Palestine within Gaza and more even West Bank? They came up with a good conclusion now. We have signed that, we ratified that, and they said, yes, we need to go through a technocrat committee, but it's from Gaza Strip this time. However, what I understand from between the lines of this agreement yesterday, or this announcement actually, then on media yesterday, that this technocrat committee, yes, it's from Gaza Strip, but it's a temporary time. And they will be like
sorry, sir, it's temporarily, you said?
Yes, that's what, it's a technocrat for a temporary period of time. It's not permanent. Yeah, that was what propagated, actually, published on the media yesterday.
But still, sir, from your point of view and your narrative, don't you see that this is constructive and this is a good beginning?
It is, pretty much. Yes, why not? Yeah, and both sides, actually, they approved on that because we understand, within within the very, very near future, actually, the whole thing will be in the hand of the Palestinian Authority in West Bank. And finally, because this time it's true, because I understand that Hamas have reached the line that they understand they cannot go only, they never go actually alone by this time. We need to unify with the West Bank and the Palestinian Authority in West Bank. So this temporary committee to run the Gaza Strip issues within a very temporary period of time, it will be changed like for a permanent time, but I would say it's not from Hamas, not from Gaza Strip at least.
Okay, sir, an international monitoring and funding mechanism is being discussed. What design, membership, mandate and transparency would key actors accept while preserving Palestinian Authority and preventing external overreach?
Well, the international monitoring and the funding mechanisms, yes, it's discussed. But what are the guarantees here? I would say from my perception, we need the European Union to be in this issue. We need the GCC, the Gulf Countries Council, and of course, we need the United States of America, because the funding now is for the, I wouldn't say it's reconstructing Gaza, I would say it's for the resurrection of Gaza. Gaza has been almost wiped out. So what we need now, this big number of money will be actually pushed in the Gaza Strip. We need the guarantors to be from the European Union, from the United States, and from the GCC, and of course, like Egypt, we have in here, because we run all this. So if we could get to this phase, if we could get to this point now, start reconstructing Gaza, we need first of all to solve that problem, which has been actually, orchestrated or circulated in Israeli media, as they would say, construction activities will take place only on the scales that the IDF is there. Now, for instance, if we start now, they would say construction should be from beyond the yellow line and to the southern. So this is of course not accepted actually by the Arabs and by Egypt. So these are one of the big issues we are discussing now, and we need to put the United States in it, because we need a final resolution about that.
Of course, because the United States is overseeing, sir, and it's the main grantor of all this that's taking place.
It is the main and the only grantor to impose leverage in Israel.
Egypt has built Sorry, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes. Egypt has built a network of logistics hubs for Gaza aid. Beyond relief, how can this infrastructure strengthen Egypt's diplomatic leverage and help lock timelines for lifting restrictions, reconstruction, and sustained calm, sir?
I could understand that. Would you repeat it a little bit? Because
you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Okay, sir. Egypt has built a network of logistic hubs for the Gaza aid.
Yes.
Beyond relief, sir, how can this infrastructure strengthen Egypt's diplomatic leverage and help lock timelines for lifting restrictions, reconstruction, and sustained calm to remain calm in the, of course, Gaza Strip?
You know what Egypt did actually through the last couple of years since that started. Yes, we built up these 8 points within the Gaza, and we put some camps too, and we pushed our elements and members on that. First of all, that would show the Egyptian fundamental, very important and essential work trade that's taking place the whole time in order to come up with a good resolution for such perplexing situation that took place in the last couple of years. Secondly, it could be like stand-off point that from it we can launch much more even forward to the more construction activities. You can use them as threshold, I would say, like a little step to move forward. So diplomatically, Egypt could impose its leverage to specifically after the summit of Sharm el-Sheikh on 13th of this October. Diplomatically, we can impose our leverage in a very good channel boost with the officials from the European Union and the United States of America, and with the help from the Arab countries and countries also like Pakistan and Indonesia. All these now are embedded and involved in this issue, and we would see. It's not hard now to get a good assessment about that, but as you understand, because we have some violations from the Israeli side, and we have, like, the day-to-day, we have different issues taking place. However, I think it's going now in a positive way, and maybe in less than a couple of weeks, all these things will be clarified to the public.